and welcome to another brand new episode of This Week in Disney History. I am your host, Milo Beasley, and we have a good one for you this week. First off, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, a great Thanksgiving weekend. But now that Thanksgiving's out of the way, we can focus on Christmas. Actually, let's talk about Thanksgiving real quick. Did you happen to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? You might have noticed that there were no Disney balloons this year in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which might be the first time since November 29th, 1934. We're going to kick this week off in our Wayback Machine. November 29th, 1934 was the very first time that Disney had a balloon at the Macy's Christmas Day Parade. Oh, you're like, hey, Milo, you just said Christmas Day Parade. Yes, what was the Macy's, not Christmas Day, but Macy's Christmas Parade eventually became, they changed the name to the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And the very first time was this date, November 29, 1934. There was a 50-foot tall Mickey Mouse balloon for the very first time. I think there was also a Pluto, a very scary, nightmarish big bad wolf balloon, and one of the three little pigs. So we're going to move on to November 30th. November 30th, 1998. This is a mind-blown moment when I tell you that this date, November 30th, 1988, the Disney Channel premiered the very first episode of Good Morning Miss Bliss. It is at this moment you are realizing that Zach Morris is a Disney character. Yes, Zach and Screech and Mr. Belding are all Disney characters. It wasn't until the show moved to NBC the following year that the name was changed to Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell, not a Disney property, but Good Morning Miss Bliss, Zach Morris, and Screech are Disney characters. Also on this date, November 30th, 1997, the first time in 12 years that there was a Herbie the Love Bug sighting. A new made-for-TV movie called The Love Bug was aired on ABC this date, 1997, actually featuring Bruce Campbell. Yes, that Evil Dead Bruce Campbell. Also this thing, November 30th, 2003, Roy E. Disney announces his resignation from the Walt Disney World Company, or Walt Disney Company. There's a lot of Roys here in this family. And then November 30th, 2004, the very first running of Mickey's Jingle Jungle Parade at Disney's Animal Kingdom. I might have watched that thing about 100 or so times. I would give anything to have another Mickey's Jingle Jungle Parade, even though I know that thing inside and out. I would very much like to see it. I don't care if it's an earworm. I would very much like to see another parade at the, anywhere really. Moving on, we're in December. See, it's December. It's Christmas time. Go to the Magic Kingdom, let it snow all over you. But speaking of the Animal Kingdom, we talked about the Jingle Jungle Parade. So 2001, December 1st, 2001 was the very first day, the opening day of Triceratops Spin in Dinoland at the Animal Kingdom. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll be there. Maybe I'll go write it for the 19th anniversary of Triceratops Spin, December 1st. Also on this date, December 1st, 2004, the premiere date, the opening day, I guess, if you will. I don't know what the correct terminology would here be. I'm having a brain fart. I had a brain fart thinking of the word brain fart. Disney's PhotoPass makes its premiere. Can't make this stuff up, folks. It makes its premiere at all four parks at the Walt Disney World Resort. So you no longer have to use your own camera. You can have Disney take their picture on their camera, and you have a little card or now you have your magic band that they just go boop, boop, and then boom, your picture is yours digitally forever. And if you have an annual pass like I do, it's free. It's awesome. Moving on, December 2nd. This is a very, very cool day. Besides being Britney Spears' birthday, this is a very cool day in Disney history. December 2nd, 1933 is the very first day of Clarence Nash's employment at the Walt Disney Studios. Clarence Nash would then become the voice of Donald Duck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie on those early stages. So a absolute Disney icon, a Disney legend, the original voice of Donald Duck, Clarence Nash. And then 2 years later, we want to talk about icons in the Walt Disney World Company. 2 years later, 1935, Mark Davis starts off as alliteration always kills me. An apprentice animator at the Walt Disney Studios. Mark would then go on to animate some of the most famous iconic scenes in attraction. He became an Imagineer after an illustrator. All those famous Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean artwork that you see, that is Mark Davis. And I wish he was one guy who I really wish I would have been able to talk to and meet and get a picture with and just chat with prior to his passing. But hey, congratulations, 1935, Mark Davis started at the Walt Disney Studios. We're December 2nd still, 1965, we talked about Good Morning Miss Bliss and Haley Mills. Well, that darn cat starring Haley Mills is released to audiences nationwide. And then finally on this date, it seems really weird, December 2nd, 1997. It seems about that, like it seems like we've had DVDs forever, but actually this was the date of the very first Disney DVDs to be distributed. I think there was only like around 10 on that initial date that were distributed. I think Nightmare Before Christmas was the biggest name movie. There was also Homeward Bound, and then the blockbuster George of the Jungle. December 3rd, 1990, groundbreaking ceremony at the Tokyo Disney Resort. If you've ever stayed over there, you'll know it is the most amazing thing you will have ever seen. It's ginormous, beautiful. Also on this date, December 3rd, 1985, becoming just the third Walt Disney classic to be distributed on VHS, Dumbo can now be seen in homes everywhere on VHS. You guys still have like your VHS? I know a lot of people still collect Disney VHS. Some of them are like stupid valuable. And then December 3rd, 2010, Disney sells Miramax Films and washes its hands of Harvey Weinstein and all that stuff. So we will too. Moving on, December 4th, 2015. That was awkward, right? December 4th, 2015. We talked about Star Wars launch bay opening in Disneyland 2 weeks ago. We're going to talk about Star Wars launch bay opening up at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It was stupid packed. Stupid packed. You got to meet Kylo Ren, Chewbacca, BB-8. So that was actually really cool as well. They have tons of things, models of. Hey man, it's early. I'm still trying to process my brain. Models of TIE fighters and the Death Star and cool things like that. And Darth Vader's outfit, his costume. I'm getting tongue-tied, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to December 5th. I mean, this is the day, right? This is the biggest day of Disney history. Why? Because December 5th, 1901, the day, the man, Walter Elias Disney was born on this date. So happy birthday. Maybe December 5th. Maybe I'll go out to the parks and celebrate his 119th birthday. You're looking amazing there, Mr. Disney. I don't have... This would have been a good time for me. Oh. Mickey has his party. I don't have a party hat. And then 100 years later, celebrating what was it called? 100 years of magic, just globally, but at MGM Studios, still MGM Studios, 2001, dedication ceremony, officially welcoming everybody to the Sorcerer's Hat at MGM Studios. A lot of people, man, this is possibly split right down the middle on whether or not you liked it or whether or not you didn't like it. So I would like to hear from you guys. The Sorcerer's Hat, did you like the Sorcerer's Hat? Or do you like it removed so that way you can see the facade of the Chinese theater that houses, well, what was the great movie right now is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's a tongue tire too. This is way too early to be making me say long words, sentences. But when I first went to Disney, I only knew about the Sorcerer's Hat. I didn't know that it wasn't there. I mean, I knew it wasn't there, but I didn't know what it looked like before they put in the Sorcerer's Hat. So it was all I knew. And then December 5th, 2016, I had the honor of being at a Disney Parks blog meetup where they turned Spaceship Earth into the Death Star in preparation for Star Wars Rogue One. It was one of the coolest things. They turned the thing into a Death Star. They shot lasers out of it. Take a look. Here's a little video of it.
Excellent! Our first test. You may fire when ready.
And never to be done again. So super happy that I was able to be there one night only at the Epcot Center. And then finally on this date, just last year, December 5th, 2019, Rise of the Resistance officially opens to guests at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Yay! Let's go wait in the queue Listen, if you haven't been on Rise, the hype is real. It is legit one of the coolest attractions ever on the history of this earth. So if you haven't been on it, I guess just watch videos because it's pretty much impossible. But yeah, so that was so thank you for joining me this week in one of the most important weeks in Disney history. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, follow, like, share, do all those cool things because I enjoy doing this and I would really enjoy talking to more of you guys out there. So please share this with all your friends. And thank you for joining me this week. And I'll see you next week for This Week in Disney History.